Hey, how y'all doing? It's Cooking with Dave once again. I'm Dave. I am the world's greatest chef. It says so right here on my apron. Y'all know the deal. Today we're going to cook pork roast. I have a nice tenderloin here, pork tenderloin. It's going to be good. I paid $2.98 a pound for this. It's not bad, $10 total price. Weighs about 3.5 pounds. It is nice tenderloin. We're going to cook it in the Dutch oven. We're going to cook nice and slow. We're going to have it tender throughout. We're going to be able to slice this, possibly eat it with a fork. And when I get done, it's going to be tender, and I will slice it and serve it like a pork steak, pork chop, whatever. But it'll be tender and juicy. It will be good. It's good stuff. You cannot beat yourself pork roast alongside some collard greens, maybe some black eyed peas or some field peas and rice. That's what I call dinner. I'm going to bring you over here and show you how to do it. Alright, going to take my Dutch oven. I'm going to put a little oil in the bottom of the pan. A little bit. Then I'm going to add me a whole chopped up onion. Normally I put a couple tablespoons of garlic in there, but I seem to be out of garlic. Somebody let me run out of garlic. I don't know who did that. Well, it must have been me. But that's alright. I got the onion. The onion's going to take care of it. Hit the onion with a little salt. Not a whole lot of salt. Remember, we're cooking pork. Pork has its own salt. Pork's already salty. Pork is already salty. You don't need to salt it so much. A little pepper. Like the pepper. Pepper. Alright, we're going to make sure that those onions get a little coating of oil on them. Alright, let's make me a little bed down in there of my onions. Can y'all see that? Y'all see that? And then I've taken the pork roast, opened it up, washed it off. Wash off your pork roast. Wash it off, and then I'm just going to set it right down in the middle of all that. Like so. A little longer than I like it to be. I guess I could cut that off there. I don't know. What y'all think about that? I like for it to fit. Alright, much better. A little longer than I want it to be, so I just cut off the end. And we'll just throw it over there on the side and cook it. It'll be alright. We'll put some onions all over it. Like that. Why not just get them onions everywhere that you can. And this has a little pop-up in it. Most times they don't have a little pop-up. This got a little pop-up in it. See right there? That's a little pop-up. It'll pop up when it's done. I'll leave that in there. But we'll probably cook it past that because I like to make it tender. So tender it falls apart. Cut it with a fork. I'm going to put some Italian seasoning on. Y'all see this? Carol sent this to me. It's bad to bone. Look at all that. That's like a year's supply of Italian seasoning. That is pretty cool. Thanks, Carol. I appreciate it. Alright, so we're going to hit this little Italian seasoning a little bit. Get our herbs up in there, and that thing is ready to go. Now we'll throw a lid on it and put it in the oven. I'm going to cook it low, about 325, 300. We'll cook it longer, so we'll cook it slower, so it'll be more tender, more juicy, falling apart. It's going to be good. Alright. Okay, and here is our pork roast, straight out the Dutch oven. It's got a little pop-up thing going on, popped up so I know it's done. Now if you don't have a little pop-up thing, tell you when it's done. Take your thermometer and measure it. You want to cook pork to about 170 degrees. Make sure it's good and done. A lot of people say they don't cook pork all the way like that, but you should cook your pork all the way done, because there's some things going on with pork that's not good for you if you don't. Anyway, cook it like you want. But this is going to be tender in the Dutch oven. And what I'll do is I'll slice this on the end down here, thick enough to put on the plate and call it like a chop. Or I can just throw it right onto a bun and make a barbecue pork sandwich. Man, that'd be good. Look at that tender. Do y'all see how juicy the juice is running out of there? Can y'all see the juicy? That's what you want. You want your pork to stay juicy, because you can dry out a tenderloin. It's hard to dry it out with a Dutch oven, but if you cook it too long, you will dry it out. You don't want to dry it out. That's why I cook it slow. Took me about an hour and a half cooking this thing at about 325 in the oven. And now it is ready to go, tender and juicy. Keep it in the Dutch oven. Keep the lid on the Dutch oven. And man, it will stay moist. Look at that. Now, if you don't have a Dutch oven, don't worry about it. Just use yourself a regular roasting pan and just cover your roast with some tin foil. And don't cook it as long, and it won't dry out. Look at that. Can y'all see? I don't know if y'all can see. Just all that juice, just juicy. Man, it's gonna be good. All right, pork roast out of Dave. How you like that? Man, I think it's gonna be good. I'll take a little bite. It's hot. Man. Now that's on time. All right. All right, y'all cook yourself pork roast. Let me know what you think. Y'all have a nice day. And there we have a plate of food. Little pork roast, black-eyed peas and rice, and some collard greens. Man, it's gonna be good.